But who walked these, you know, when we look at the titles of what we call the new gen rappers, the Kendricks, the Drakes, you know, the Davies, the people that are in our age range, they got cosigns. They got walked on. Mm-hmm. These people didn't come out of nowhere with the tightest shit ever. They was on somebody's project.
They was incubated.
Right? Yeah. They was fostered, sheltered. I mean, not saying it in a negative way, just using the term for what it means. Kendrick was groomed. Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar was groomed
for sure.
Be in the position he in. He wasn't just some hard freestyle rapper.
Just came off the streets. You know,
No, he was groomed. He was. There was levels to his growth and development to where he is right now. Same thing with Drake. Same thing with other.
Still to this day, we see it with TDE. They're masterful at marketing.
Really,
they put the whole thing together for Kendrick. They made it happen. Now, granted, that also involved him being one of the greatest lyricists of all time and really working his ass off, making all this amazing music. But from the Dr. Dre co-sign to all these sort of like intelligent little media things, going on tour with the right artists such as Drake etc. But like so many different things had to fall into place in order for Kendrick to basically rise to the level that he's at.
But the number one lock, the number one door, the number one key, however you want to put it, that we never speak about, the elephant in the room, is J-Rock. If it wasn't for J-Rock, it would be no Kendrick. If it wasn't for J-Rock, it would be no TDE. Mm-hmm. He's the one who put in that monstrous amount of work, and he was the one who went out there and got that buzz. And I'm not saying
who co-signed him though. Remember, he had a co-sign.
Right.
He had the Wayne co-sign. He had the Wayne co-sign. And that was a big deal for him.
And that was a big deal, especially at the time of what it sits in. Now, we looking at martyrs of music. Like, you're not even getting, look at what Kendrick just did with that last little project with Lefty Gunplay on it. And all that. He put random individuals that not everybody is familiar with.
LA guys. Because he was criticized for not doing that, obviously.
Right. You know, so I don't know what his mind frame was. Okay, let me go grab somebody from every section. Let me go grab somebody, which is masterful. Yeah. But do you see how it turned out for them? Especially like Lefty. Look how everything just turned on him because he had the combination. He had the cosign from Kendrick. He's Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole factor. But I mean, however he acts and whatever he does.
He's sober now. Sober Lefty.
Allegedly.
But what I'm saying is that
a lot of meth heads said that to me over the years.
True.
If it wasn't for that with Kendrick, then that upper echelon of shit would have never. So some people say, oh, you sound like you mad because you ain't getting no cosign. I got on AD about that shit. We did a song like 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You maybe retweeted it at that time like twice. I've been pushing this till today. That shit's on my story now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to continue to push my music. It's good music. I don't give a fuck who like it or not. And I don't give a if somebody own it or not, or don't push it, but I understand the scales of this industry. It's like, oh, okay, you want me to do the song, you want me to push the song, you want me to come out for a video, you want me to do that. I get it. Things become expensive. I mean, I'm sorry, there are expenses, and then depending on how your celebrity is rising or who you are, your time becomes more valuable.
Exactly.
I get all that, but homie, I'm doing songs with you cats about the dirt. They go Fats. He was just on Exhibit's new album. He's from San Diego. I worked with him about 3 years ago. I saw where he was going. That's what I do. I see artists, and I'll be like, bro, you got that shit. Legendary baller. You know what I'm saying? Older cat, but he got that swag, and it was like, I need a track from you. So Compton AV. Before all of I got Certified came out in like 2015. I had a song with Compton AV. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw all of that. I saw it coming. I saw what it was going to be. And it was like, no, I don't want to get a song with you to get on, but I want to get a song with you. So when they go back in the Rolodex, they going to see JReal got a record. You go to Mitchie Slick, you're going to see. Go to Cocaine, you're going to see. Go to Compton AV, you're going to see. Go to all of these West Coast dudes. The only one, I didn't get Nate. You know what I'm saying? I really want to work with Mr. DeJuan Walker. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Free. I would like to do a song with Sugar Free. But for the most part, all of my favorite artists is what the people I drove to work with. And I built relationships with these individuals based on respect, not because I was greasing pockets and talking shit or being the enemy of my enemy. You know what I'm saying?
So I can kind of see where this is going, is that it's hard being an up-and-coming rapper out of LA. it's hard being a Hoover rapper coming out of LA because let's be real, there are at least some people in positions of power on the Crips side and the Blood side that realistically are going to kind of look out for their own, and the Hoovers historically have not necessarily been propped up by the industry in the same way.
Running.
Right.
Let's just be honest. The neighborhoods have been running the West Coast music industry since the 90s. Since the Death Row thing. That's what it was. The Bloods and the Crips. But those Crips were mainly from the neighborhood card.
Right.
You know, when we look at Daz, Corrupt, Snoop, all of these individuals come from that side. Battle Cat, Dub C, you know, even when it comes to the, you know, the Insanes in the 20s and the East Siders, all of these individuals are mainly neighborhood Crips. So, I might not have no animosity with you as a man, but I'm not finna let you in the circle. You're an enemigo. I still got homies you didn't dust it off. Homegirls that didn't die. You know, kids that have been struck by stray bullets and shit. People, you know, you robbing, stealing, whoop-de-wop, wham, bro. I'm not finna. So when you looked at that, I finally started to really see this Hoover shit within the last like maybe 2 years. Really just start to manifest the way you seeing motherfuckers doing interviews, you seeing them on podcasts. And that's not because we like all extra gangster with it and all that, or we like mafioso, we don't talk type of shit. And it's not also because we the most hated in South Central and so we get scared to come outside. It's because we've had a long fight to get to where we at because we are the most hated. We are the least liked neighborhood in Los Angeles. I mean, we maybe got 3 or 4 hoods that we get along with out of the hundreds of hoods that are in Los Angeles. So every door we tried to step through has always been shut in front of us or shut behind us to where if one of us got in, Groovy Q, then it ain't gonna be no whole big ass door. Look how hard Traffic got to work. Look how hard TF got to work. You know what I'm saying? They was just in Kendrick's video. You know what I'm saying? They was just in the video. The homie Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Doing his thing and all that. I'm not saying that he trying to be a rapper. Exactly. What I'm saying is that these individuals are right there. So we know that the cosign don't always push you to the top because these are niggas that's breaking bread with these other niggas and they still unknown people. Because I could be like, I got a song with Traffic and TF. Who? But if I told you I got a song with Kendrick Lamar, of course, because he's been on ABC, CBS, he performed at the Super Bowl. He's genuinely promoted and pushed throughout a mainstream audience. But when he come back to the people that's really grinding and trying to do this LA music shit, I think a lot of us have realized that we're never going to make it to that place, but we're going to be hood stars. Not hood stars, but we're going to be...
But let me say this, though. I think that's the problem, though. I think a lot of niggas quit because just going back to what you said about the whole wild West Coast artists not breaking out. I've been living in Atlanta since 2019. People don't get it. People who aren't from here, they just don't
understand.
But here's the cold part, and I'm sure you're a witness to this. People want to watch content about it. People will go watch a documentary, they'll go watch a podcast, all to get in depth in gang lore. But they don't want to listen to the music that's being produced by these individuals. The culture is so foreign, it just doesn't translate. And when you up in the Midwest and the East Coast and the down South, they have their own individual cultures too. But for some reason, they're more adaptable than what we got going on. They're still utilizing slang and certain things, and you even got they Crips and Bloods out there and all that. But for whatever reason, it's this culture is in too much of a niche box to translate naturally.
Like and it's been that way since, I mean, you might not never been to South Central, but I bet you know a line from Minister Society.
Yeah.
I bet you might not never have been to LA, in LA County, but I bet you know something from Boys in the Hood. If they don't know, they don't grow, they don't. So that lure of
the West Coast has
always existed, but like we kind of talking about, if you out there trying to chase that Kendrick spot, you know what I'm saying? There's certain levels to it. There's certain people you gotta know, certain places you gotta be in and be about, or you just not gonna do that. You're gonna have to realize that now you're just making music because this is what you love to do. Maybe your music can be incorporated with some shit that becomes a part of greatness, you know, but like I said earlier, 40 years old. I just came from the studio yesterday, but there's no way I'm trying to I do shows, I do all that, but I'm not going with the mind frame like I'm trying to do this for the rest. I'm trying to become the next. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit's dead. It's the same thing with this gangbang shit. Out here gangbanging hard when gangbanging is dead, homie. Gangbanging died in the 2000s, bro. If you're still gangbanging, I said this on the Bible way. Shout out to my guys at the Bible Way. You know what I'm saying? I said this on there. If you gangbanging in 2025, you've missed the boat. Go sit your dumb ass down somewhere. You getting put on in 2025, you run around still super cripped out, pants hanging off your ass, shitty ass drawers, trying to smoke all types of drugs, not dodging your responsibilities as an individual, thinking this is supposed to look cool in front of young niggas that's dodging their responsibility. You are burnt out. You need to go somewhere. You need to sit down. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or go back to the pen, because that's the type of conditioning that you stuck in. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that type of shit. And like you said, it's trickling to the South. It's trickling to all these other things to where these youngsters now have taken the gang culture, and instead of putting rags and titles on it like Crips or Bloods, they're just going with the full shenanigans. They just Dracos and switches, and we ain't got to represent no hood. This block, old block, 50 block, whatever block
they'll just make something up.
They'll just make some shit on.
3 letters.
Right.
That is some weird shit when you realize, like, oh, this city has all these Bloods and Crips and shit, but they don't really give a they beef with it, which is the same as LA, but it's like LA has had all this time to turn into that.
Right.
Whereas like with these young dudes, it's like they might be from a blood neighborhood. They don't give a fuck. They
like y'all 12 to 16 out here putting numbers up on the chopping block. You know, and why is that? We can bring that shit all the way back to the beginning of the conversation. What are you trying to validate, young man? What do you like vindication? Do you need somebody to tell you a man? Because taking a life is not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But we know what it is and what it looks like, but
everything 420 really is that one-stop shop. Whether you're looking for your go-to gear or something new and unexpected, they got options for days, and they're always dropping mystery boxes and deals. The E420 app is clean, shipping is quick, and they literally have everything. Don't forget to use code NOJUMPER at checkout.